Welcome to Sky Talks. Let's get a little unhinged and talk about everything. I'm your host, Jessa Sky. Welcome to this podcast where healing and humor collide. Let's go! Whoa!
So this is episode 6. This woman next to me, I'm really excited to interview. Her name is Summer. I'm not going to say her last name because she's about to be married very soon. So, but I've known Summer in like a personal levels. 2017 then?
Yeah.
We used to work, we're not going to say the place. We used to work at, we served somewhere and she worked there.
Our serving years.
That's almost 10 years ago. Crazy. But why I wanted to have her on is because it's not even the triple threat. That's not the right word. But she has her hands and her feet dipped in and just jumping into so many different things in life. And I really admire her ability to do social media. Like, the people don't understand the work that goes behind social media. And like when you see her content, you can tell a lot of like passion and purpose goes into it. She also, like she makes this sourdough shit. And I'm like, this girl is wifey material.
Oh, thank you.
She's very...
Maybe that's why he put a ring on it. But
well, I guess I better start baking. No, I'm just kidding.
My mom always said the way to a man's heart.
Beautiful.
Oh, thank you. She always said the way to a man's heart was through his belly.
I think that's true. I would say that. I would agree with that. But yeah, Summer, if you guys don't know her, I'm going to let her introduce herself. However, she's a paramedic, a pro makeup artist. What else? Don't tell me I know this. She's figure skating again.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, she does so many other things. She has a YouTube channel that she's doing.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff that you do, and you're also you're also a survivor of domestic violence, which she's been open about that online, which I think is incredible. But yeah, so I guess I wanted to have you on here just because I find a lot of relatability in your content and who you are. I think you're the more classy version, which is okay because I'm not we all know me, okay? It's on brand when it's messy and chaotic. But yeah, I guess what would you want? I guess just introduce yourself and what do you want?
Yeah. Oh gosh.
Just whatever from the heart, whatever you want people to know about you, and then we're gonna dive into something.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for having me. I'm so honored and happy to be here. That was such a warm intro. Yeah, I just like to romanticize my life and post little videos about it. So some of the hobbies that I have been sourdough, getting back into figure skating.
How did you get into that, by the way? I'm so curious.
Figure skating?
Well, I kind of know a little bit about that, but no, the sourdough thing.
The sourdough.
Like, it's so cool, bro.
You know what? I think I just got onto sourdough TikTok or sour talk, whatever they want to call it, bread talk. And I think I got down on that thread.
Yeah. On TikTok? Was it TikTok?
Yeah, I think it was maybe TikTok, Instagram. Actually, it was Katie Hearn. I don't know if you remember Katie Hearn.
Oh, wait. Did she just get married?
She's the owner of Alani Nutrition. Her and Hayden. She's like the first fitness influencer I ever followed.
Okay, so you guys go way back.
Yeah, I've ever followed. Loved her physique, loved her. Well, I just followed her life, right? And that's what Instagram was back in like 2015, like maybe even before that. And so, I just liked her content and watched her family. And anyway, she's the owner of Alani Nu. And she started sourdoughing. She's a mother now, married. Okay. So like I've seen the whole life evolve.
Trajectory of everything.
And now she's doing the whole homestead thing. And living on the farm. Yeah. And I'm not that extreme, but I saw her making her bread every day and how much joy it seemed to bring her and how it seemed very creative and very temperamental. Like it's simple in the fact that it's just water and flour and salt.
Is that really all it is? Yeah. Because like the colors or whatever you do with like...
That's like sometimes dusted powder to carve.
Okay.
But But so I was inspired by Katie Hearn.
Yeah.
And then
shout out to Katie Hearn.
Yeah. I started doing it myself.
You don't know her personally. So this girl lives somewhere.
In the States.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
So she's super famous now, but was inspired by her bread. Mm-hmm. And then I decided, I don't have anyone that makes sourdough, so I don't have anyone that has a starter.
You're the only person I know.
I had to start my own starter. And it took 27 days.
To figure out how to do it?
No, it took 27 days for it to be mature enough to make a loaf of bread.
Wait, what? Wait, guys. Okay. Explain
27
the science.
days.
I'm not a scientist. Explain this.
27 days for one loaf when I first started. But now,
it needs to what?
Now she's over a year and a half old. So,
oh my gosh. Okay.
Yeah. So some people keep them, the reason I like it too, some people keep them as family heirlooms.
That's really cute.
Like imagine handing your daughter or granddaughter keeps part of your starter for her to continue growing in her home.
That's so cool.
Like a part of you always goes on
Oh.
in a way.
Yeah,
Something that you put love and effort into.
Yeah.
So starter is just literally flour and water.
Okay.
And when you put them together, it grows. It doubles in volume. So then every day you continue feeding it flour and water, and it will get bigger and bigger and stronger and stronger. Eventually, though, like you got to start discarding some because
it's probably not healthy. You can't.
Well, it's gut healthy, but when it's growing, it's not mature enough to do anything with. I mean, you could do a discard recipe, and you can do amazing things like pancakes, pizza, muffins, you name it.
Carb.
But yeah.
We love carbs.
But basically it's flour and water. And once it's a mature enough concoction, when you make bread, you'll take some of your starter that's mature, more flour, more water, salt, and it turns to bread.
And that is how it is done.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so I just want to back up here a bit. So if you, obviously all your socials and everyone is going to find you through this podcast and follow her, support her. With me with social media, I get a lot of questions online about like, how did you start posting? Like, weren't you scared of what people were going to say and like that? And I'm like, just do it. Like, shout out Nike. But obviously I had to go through some things behind the camera. For me, it's just my video diary. It's my healing. Like you said, it's your self-care.
Yeah.
So I kind of want to just, when did you start really taking it serious? Or I guess, I don't know if serious is the right word.
No, I think that's the right word.
And prior to that, what were the emotions you were feeling? What was kind of going on in your life where you were like, no, I'm actually going to do this. I'm going to, because it's not easy. People think it's just like so you're a paramedic, you do all these things. So to even add social media and doing all that stuff, it's a commitment and it takes time, effort, money. So I kind of just want to, because I feel like I'm bad with yours, but I've followed you for so long. But I kind of remember there was a switch at some point.
Yeah.
I don't remember when, but I remember like messaging you like, I'm so proud of you. That's so cool. Like, yeah, girl, do it. Like, because like you were kind of like, you were just kind of like personal. I don't know.
Yeah, no, for sure.
You know what I mean?
I would post, like, I feel like I came from the generation, or we came from the generation where Instagram, back when it was photos only, so it would be like aesthetic photos
with those
only.
ugly ass filters,
or like the white borders so that you get the full image. So that was the time that we came from, and so you would post maybe once every 4 months, and it would be that really good vacation
or like
bikini,
food, or even food,
once every 4 months, like really nice picture like of like your hair and makeup and outfit.
Yeah.
Right. So like I did a lot of that, and then I started my beauty business.
Yes.
And
what year was that?
I'm like trying to think now.
It's been a while. I don't think you really post, like you've been doing it for a long time.
Yeah. Gosh, before COVID.
I'd say
for
like
sure. 2017, 2018.
Okay.
Yeah, I was in paramedic school.
Yes.
Yeah, so it would have been 2018, 2019. So I was in advanced care paramedic school, yeah. So 2018, 2019, I started Summer Glow Beauty, and I needed headshots, like beauty shots and stuff. So I hired a photographer. And then it was a female photographer that I knew from home, so like very comfortable with her. She encouraged me to do some boudoir as well. She's like, like your hair and makeup.
That in common.
Yeah, she's like, your hair and makeup's done. Like, just do it. And I was so nervous.
You're like, no, I can't.
Oh my God,
my body.
Yeah, I don't know. So I did it, and I'm like, I loved the images, and so that started the whole self-love journey, body pause journey. But started posting these modeling photos.
Yeah.
And I loved them, and I started posting them. And that is when the work bullying started, which we'll get into, but started posting them. And then back then, Reels didn't exist yet. So it would be just like,
so crazy.
Yeah, so it would just be like this boudoir model photo with a caption of like, live, laugh, love.
Literally, eat, pray.
Yeah. No, it'd probably be more of like a body positivity caption or, hit up the gym and then did a yoga session and now journaling with a tea, and it's like you in red lingerie.
Oh my God, been there. Oh.
So, right, when we weren't as vulnerable and everything was supposed to be aesthetic and perfect.
Everything was supposed to be perfect.
I had these beautiful images that I wanted to share, and that's where I started posting more seriously, I guess.
Yeah.
But it was still like every several days, several
not really
months.
using stories. Like,
yeah, there was no niche. Yeah, it was just post go.
Yeah.
And then reels started, and everyone was making these cute reels, these cute girly ones,
short,
like
5 to 10.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I loved the house ones. I love them all. I love the house ones. I love the baking and cooking ones. I love the makeup ones. And I'm like, these are all things I love.
You're like, I want to do this.
So that's when I started. And then I think it was pretty much 2021. Because I was
That's
done
just when
school.
COVID's over.
Yeah, I feel like 2021 was when I was like, you know what? I'm just going to start posting like an influencer.
Yes, and now she's got brand deals, y'all. Okay. Shout out to that. It's cool.
Thank you. It's still humble and small, but
still, I don't think people understand. Like, you can have 1,000 or you can have 30,000, and like even like your engagement, it can be yours can be better than mine sometimes, just depending on, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
so,
you can have as little as 1,000 followers and get brand deals for sure.
And also just like the opinion of like that's what I think people, if you aren't confident in who you are and you aren't sure of what, then with anything in life, only you can make that choice for yourself. And I feel like so a lot of people hold themselves back because of their own insecurities or their own doubts, or like, like my dad always. Yeah. And it's just like, well, I'm gonna post this unapologetically. If it connects with someone, it connects with someone. And then it always does, because if you're being authentic to yourself, and clearly that's like with your content, you can tell you're just doing, like, it does show from someone on the outside perspective. And then other people, I can be like, that's not even right. And it's like, so it's like people just need to like put themselves out there if they want to. And it's really, I think we get older, like when 26, I was like, I can't wait to be 30. Like, I just did a lot of inner healing and work on myself. And I was like, fuck all y'all. Like, I just don't give a shit no more what people think, unless my personal close circle. And that takes time, and that takes wisdom, and that takes experiences that, like we didn't, or I shouldn't say I didn't necessarily think I was going to make it out of at the time. And now I'm like, that made me the strong woman to like overcome things now. So yeah, I love being 30. I have gray hair already, which is crazy. They're just right here, like behind for some the ears, reason, and they only underneath. Grow this much. I'm like, what the hell? Like, what happened? I don't know why, but I actually really don't care. And I don't know. Do you kind of feel that way too? With like, how's your friend group? How's your like intimate circle? Like, I think you have gotten like hate for certain things that are absurd. And to be honest, like, I love that she is like she will go into it and be like, fuck you. Like, she will call that out, and it's really nice to see, because a lot of people would be like, oh my God, like, and then they'll actually take it, like, I'm sure there's been days after the stuff that happened at
the
work,
bombs.
I don't even, oh my gosh. Like, hey, I guess we should jump into this.
Yeah.
Somehow.
So back it up to the feelings of what ifs. And I do have thoughts sometimes of what if they being viewers, the public, people that know me, who think they know me. That's one thing. That's the thing is you
only see.
Like, I am who I am, and I am who I post, but you're seeing a version of me, maybe an afternoon, and you're seeing a whole afternoon in 30 seconds that I've trimmed down. So like, you have a perception of me. And if you don't like that perception, it is how you are perceiving it that you have the relationship problem with, not the real me.
Exactly.
There are thoughts of what if the public, what if they don't like me? What if they think I'm cringy? What if they think I'm so stupid? What if they think I'm never going to get there? Honestly, I just didn't give a shit.
Right? It's true. It's, I don't know how else to explain it to people.
Right? It's hard to explain to people to just like really not give a shit. But
the power of like, fuck off. Like, I don't know.
I think something I learned along the way was follow the thought through. So if I'm like, okay, I'm wanting to post this cute video reel of my trip to Italy with my family, but I have anxiety to post, and I made this cute video on CapCut, and like, I'm speaking as someone that maybe posts every 4 months, and they want to post this family trip, and then they're thinking, oh, well, like, what if people think I don't even know what you could complain about.
I don't know, like
boasting
rich, or like they think I'm being like
bragging, or whatever the fuck, and you're whatever, or you don't want your auntie that you didn't come to her 80th birthday because you were on this Italy trip. I don't know, maybe you don't want your second aunt to tell her, whatever the reason is that you don't want to post it. Follow that thought through. Okay, so someone that I don't value enough thinks that I'm cringe or spoiled or rich or bragging, whatever. Then what? Then what?
Then it kind of just ends. It's like, I'll just post it. I see.
Totally you know what I mean? Like, then what?
I swear that's called like cognitive processing therapy. Like,
is it?
Like,
like sometimes I have, sometimes I have thoughts about, like physically harming someone that pisses me off.
Oh my God, same.
Or like,
I always say I'm homicidal, but I don't act out on it. But at least I'm honest. And anyone watching that says they don't judge people.
So, you know what? My dad taught me this. Follow the thought through. So, you know, maybe you're just like really fucking pissed off at this driver ahead of you and you think about ramming into them, like hitting the gas and ramming into them, for example. Follow the thought through. Okay, so I'm going to hit the gas. I'm going to ram into them. I'm going to damage my car. I'm going to damage their car. I could maybe hurt this human. I'm going to have a police file. I'm going to have charges that I have to, like, damages that I have to pay. I could take my vehicle out of commission. Then I'm not able to get to work. So follow the thought through. Now, do you really want to ram the gas and hit that person? Not so much anymore.
No. You just want, you just think it.
Yeah. So I apply that to the social media. Follow it through. Someone's going to leave a mean comment. Do they know me well enough to have my phone number to text me about the problem? No. So then I don't care what you have to say.
There was one, actually. There's been quite a few in this. I'm like, my God, this is why I was like, this girl, like, it's like, because I get it. Like, I just see so much of, like, validation and reassurance when I see something. Not to say I want that to happen to you, but I remember there being one where you commented on a post of some, I don't know, like some big, you commented on something. And then there was this person that just came for you in the comments and you were posting on your story. This is like a few years back.
Years ago?
And I was like,
I know exactly what this is.
So I went and I'm like freaking liking all your stuff. Like I'm just like a silent, like, you know, like supportive girly for you. I'm like, these people are so,
this was a girl from my hometown.
Where's your hometown?
Fort McMurray.
Oh my God, Kate! I was born in Fort McMurray too. I didn't grow up there though.
We knew that because Brooke Metch.
Yes, that's my cousin.
Yeah. That's how we knew each other. I was raised in Fort McMurray. You were born in Fort McMurray, but we never ran into each other just because of the few-year age gap. But I was in your cousin's grade. Or she might be one grade older than me.
And I didn't grow up there. I was born there. And then my parents were like, we don't want them to be raised in this big town. As if it mattered. The life still played out how it played out. Love you, mom and dad. But no, at that place, there's a very dark, I feel like a very dark cloud in that city. And I don't know. I think it's just because of what my mom went through as a kid and stuff. So she didn't want to grow up there. But every time I'm there, I'm just like, ugh. But like I forgot that you grew up there.
Me too. I forgot about that.
Oh my God.
Okay, so what were we saying? A girl from my hometown. Comment. That's right. The comment. I'm not confrontational. I don't like conflict.
Okay, good to know.
But I've tried to get better at speaking up for myself.
Yes.
Maybe that's why I got into some of the trouble that I did at work was because I wasn't vocal enough.
Yes.
And I'm learning to get better. Yes. But I always say, like, I will not start the fight, but I will fucking finish it.
That is literally going to be a reel. My podcast editors are going to take that out. That's good. I don't
and I have a policy on my own social media, and I call it name and shame. And so, like, if you are going to be hateful to me, others, my friends in the comments, and you're going to be bold-faced enough to use your name, all I'm going to do is screenshot and put it on my stories.
Name and shame, baby.
Name and shame.
I like that. That's good marketing. I'm
probably not going to say anything. I'm just going to show what you already had the courage to say publicly.
Yeah, and it's also if, like, you don't want people to know that you're a piece of shit person or you're doing these things, then don't do it!
Yeah. So there was a post, I guess, on Facebook that I had interacted with, like I just laugh reacted to. And I mean, maybe it's my career. I will admit, like I have some pretty savage and dark humor. It's not for everyone. You kind of have to. And sometimes the jokes don't land. And, you know, we got a lot of sensitive snowflakes out there. So I laugh reacted to a post on Facebook. It wasn't disparaging. It wasn't mean. It was just like a funny post about, oh, yes, I remember the exact post now. It was a post of someone saying, like, trans women are women. Trans women are women, and repeated 4 times to, like, put the emphasis on it.
Right.
And yes, like, if you identify as a woman, I will call you whatever pronouns you want. 100%. You are a woman to me.
100%.
But it was a screenshot of the meme, and the meme was then someone who retweeted it. And so, like, trans women are women. But then it was, like, something like something about
something stupid,
something about your ability to carry a child, like eggs but can trans women get pregnant or something like that. And now that I'm talking about it sounds kind of awful, but the way the tweet was, it was kind of funny. It was kind of funny because it was like, okay,
First of all, you're also human. So, like, who's to say, like, this has happened to me. I've accidentally reposted something without even realizing. Like,
or
it's
like not. You just laugh, and you don't really understand the deeper meaning, maybe.
And then someone messages me too, being like, "Hey, I don't know if you're aware, but you," and I'm like, I don't even remember doing this. Like, you know what I mean? It's just like, it's so crazy that like there's eyes, which I mean, respect for the person that reached out to me and said that, because of course they did not mean to
they could have done it publicly and cruelly and slammingly instead of privately and positively messaging you.
Which already shows their narrative and intention.
But I guess the post, though, was meant to be lighthearted and funny.
Yeah.
The tweet. And so I reacted with an emoji. And because I reacted, or I might have even just meant to react, whatever. And like you said, right? Like, I love reacted, whatever. Yeah. Whatever. She decided to tag me in the comments on the post and go like, at Summer, I see that you're transphobic. And I've never been called like racist or like, transphobic before. Right? So I was like, I love trans people. Nikita's slap back to Victoria's Secret was amazing. Like, you know, it's almost like, you know, like when someone's like, you're racist, and you're like, I love Obama. Like, well, it's like, I had that moment. Like, I have black friends, you know, like I like trans people. So I was just so appalled by the public blast that anyway, but not only did she stop there, she then took it further by taking screenshots of that conversation. And I remember now what I responded back. And I responded back like a medical professional. And I simply said,
yes, I remember that.
Yes, this was my response to her publicly. And this was the screenshot that she failed to add in. But I said, you know, as a paramedic, if you tell me that your name is Samantha and you want to go by Sam, but you call 911 for abdominal pain, I need to know what your XY or XX chromosomes are. I need to know what genitalia you were born with or currently have. For
your own safety,
because abdominal pain for a female that
for a male or female, it's different.
Yeah,
we have different genetic makeup. Like
whether you identify as a male or female, if you have ovaries or a uterus or scrotum, like it's super important for me to know for your healthcare. So I responded that in the thing and said, like, I will still call you female, she, her, but you know, I'm going to document in my PCR that you have XY chromosomes and you know, you could be having whatever testosterone problem.
It's so funny how it's someone from
she did not include that screenshot and just included the one where I reacted to the post and said something, you know, the Nikita Dragon, Victoria's Secret.
I love Nikita Dragon, not gonna lie.
Me too.
I was like,
that was iconic.
She was like one of my first influencers, and I was like, she's what? I
didn't even know.
Me neither.
When she did this Victoria's Secret thing, actually I knew by the time of the Victoria's Secret thing, but I had been following her already, and I thought she was just like a beauty influencer.
Oh, she is gorgeous.
And then I was like, pardon me?
Wigs, everything.
Like, I thought she was born a girl. So anyway, when she did her Victoria's Secret Angels thing, that went viral. That was crazy. The Victoria's Secret Angels show, I think, didn't even go that year. I think it might have been canceled that year.
Yeah, it was.
Right? So, like, that was the first thing that came to my mind when I was being accused of being transphobic. I was like, I supported her Victoria's Secret campaign.
It's so crazy, too, that word gets thrown around so much. And it's so sad. And I think, like, especially the last few years, I like that you called, what did you say? They're sensitive flowers?
Sensitive snowflakes.
Sensitive snowflakes. And it's so sad to me because I have friends, like two of my best friends, you know, like I've been in the drag community. I have respect for them. But there's a lot of, I don't care who you are, what you identify with. If you respect me, I will respect you. But you don't get to demand respect. You don't get to demand respect to me. If you're nice to me, I'll be nice to you. If you're someone that is being arrogant, rude, entitled, I want nothing to do with you. And then it can be flipped around, well, you're homophobic or you're this. And it's like, no. And my whole life, for most of my life in addiction and being undiagnosed with my mental health, I was a victim of my own life. Therefore, everything sucked. No one could tell me nothing. And it's like, don't be a victim. Like, and when I go to like the reses and like I do my like speaking with the kids, and when I was in social work, I'm like, you don't get to decide what happens to you, but it is up to you to make a choice, whether that is going to empower you or continue to make you go like this in life. And one day, enough pain, hopefully it'll make you switch. But I can speak on it because I've been on both sides. And it's like, there's a lot of people that are entitled. And it's all separation. Like, I swear the government just wants to separate all of us. And I hate political bullshit. But it's like, we are all human. We all deserve kindness. We all deserve respect. Like, I don't give a fuck which community you're a part of, but like we need to be more kind to each other. And it's so funny that anyone's just like ready to watch you like girl,
mess up or something.
Time on your hands. Like,
so this was even before I was super big on social media. Like, well, not that I'm super big now, but this was before I was like super consistently posting. And I was like, oh, so yeah, that was when I first implemented name and shame. And I took the screenshots right to, and then I think she blocked me on everything.
Of course.
So like she had one response, didn't include my response about why I reacted the way I did because I thought it was funny from my dark humor as a paramedic and, you know, the PCR aspect. I thought it was funny, right?
Of course.
I did. And I see how it could be hurtful, but that was not my intention. And the joke didn't land for her. I truly meant it humorously. It didn't land for her. So not only did she blast me and block me, so then I was like, girl, bet. I started screenshotting her screenshots that were sent to me and put them on blast too. And then included, I went off on her. I was like,
good for you, because honestly, that doesn't happen enough. And I think people need to, like, one of my biggest things that I hate is, like, if you cannot take accountability. And there's so many, and this is why I think, maybe correct me if I'm wrong, I used to be scared of confrontation too, and like such a people pleaser growing up and even in school, and I was super, super bullied and then had to move high schools, and I was like, okay, well, like, I don't ever want to become the bully. And a lot of times in my friendships, a lot of times growing up, I would say how I feel about something, and it was completely like, I was gaslit. I was told like no one could validate my feelings or apologize or take accountability. So I learned, well, I'll just kill them with kindness. I won't say anything because they're not going to understand my side anyways. And then it was kind of like, fuck that. You allow people to treat you how they treat you. And so I learning boundaries and like self-respect and being like, I don't need to be afraid of confrontation is one thing, but at the same time, people need accountability. Like, just like, how do I word it? Confrontation is not, so what just happened to you, for example, you're like, fuck that, I'm going to call this woman out. And probably previous you or times in the past, you wouldn't have done it.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, now these people just get to continue. And it's really not much how they're going to respond. It's for your own self-love and your self-worth to be like, this person will not talk to me like that, and I'm going to say something. And your narrative, whatever you want to keep and go tell people, it doesn't matter because I stuck up for myself. Therefore, I don't care what you say, but I need to do this for me because resentment is really not good. And so if I was so resentful at everyone because I never stuck up for myself, but then I played the victim, even though people can't read my mind.
Yeah, you didn't interrupt the behavior.
Exactly.
So you're mad that they continued to use you the way that you would let them.
Exactly. I would let them. And that's the thing. A lot of people don't understand that. I'm like, well, why do you keep going back to that person? Why do you keep... That's on you. I'm sorry to say.
Cycle of abuse. You're going back to it. Yeah.
And that's a tricky subject as someone that is a domestic violence survivor. And, you know, I've been through some crazy shit too. I'm not saying I'm perfect, but I kept going back to that person that was harming me so bad. And I've had multiple people now, even just recently, my friends going through that. And I'm like, I will always be the person to be here for you and listen to you. But there comes a point, and I can't make that choice. But there's a lot of people that are, why don't you just leave?
Yeah.
Well, it's like, shut up, girl. Like, you haven't been in it. So I feel like I'm so empathetic because I've been through so much in my life. Same with you. But there comes a point where I have to like take care of myself. And like, I'm like, call me if you need, but like, I'm not gonna, because I've been there. I was with someone that I should have never been with, like literally. So like 3 months in, I knew it was bad, but I had my, what if he dies? Or what if this? And, you know, I already lost my partner to this and this and this and this. And then it started, reactive abuse started where I was like, I was crazy. And I like videoed I had everything, and I was like, get that. Like, I was just done because I was like, you know what? Like, if you choose to die, if you are going to like do the things you're doing and die, it's not going to be in my house. Leave. But then people are like, well, why did you stay with him for so long? Or like, no. And it's like, people just haven't been, I don't think people get a right to talk about stuff they've never actually walked themselves.
Yeah.
And
that question does come up a lot in domestic violence. Like, why did you stay? Or why didn't you leave? Or how did it get to that point? And it's, people don't understand that abuse is not right from the get-go.
No.
It's very gradual and slowly over time. And you start to question yourself, like, was that something
crazy.
bad? You're like, was that? No, they wouldn't do that. No, that was just me reading into it. They didn't just mean that.
Yeah.
And so you start making excuses for them. And I learned in therapy that sometimes the flags aren't always red. They're more pink. And it's not until you're on the outside looking in that you see maybe how red they actually were.
How bad it was. How bad it was. How long ago was that with you. And I really applaud you being so public about it.
Thanks.
Because
it was in 2015. So almost 11 years. Yeah, I was 18 years old. It was almost 11 years ago. Yeah, and he was 23. I was 18. He was 23.
Yeah. Yeah, that's I find like I was into older guys too, like growing up. And I was like, well, and then like looking back like on how shitty they were to me. And not even, I actually just posted this on my TikTok not recently. The guy that I was dating in like 2017 on and off for a year, nothing really happened. Like he wasn't abusive, but he just really was not nice. And clearly he was 10 years older than me. So here, looking back, I'm like, that is exactly why I put him on this pedestal. Oh my God, like he flew me to Cabo for our second date.
Oh my God.
When he was like such a piece of shit, And I was just like, what the fuck? And I was like, I kept going back or whatever. And I finally was just like, fuck this. I don't deserve this at all. And then I saw him this summer in Calgary and came up to me and was like, I'm pretty sure you're my ex-girlfriend. Are you so-and-so? Like blank, like or whatever. And I was like, yeah. And he's like, are you going to take my number? He's like, I'm pretty sure I have your number. He's like, you look great. Da, da, da. And then I was like, okay, this just revalidated everything. Why? Like, I'm like, you're in your 40s now, homeboy. And you're so like.
Delulu.
You're so, I was like, this is so. Go, like, read a book. You know what I'm saying? Like,
touch grass.
Good. Like, he looked great. Go touch a tree or something. Like, he was hot. And I think that's why I was like, oh, my God. But, like, I would rather date, maybe not a 500-pound man. Like, I'm not just, like, sorry to any. Maybe I would. I don't know. But if they don't have a frontal lobe and they aren't emotionally inept and, like, can, like, have a conversation.
Emotional intelligence.
Yeah. That a wuss. So it means get out of here and create. Like, I don't want get away from me, bro. And it's just, I think when we're younger, I was, like, super materialistic because I had no idea who I was. And I'm like, I would rather just be alone. And, like, I have my values and I've learned through a lot of relationships what I do not want. And I think, I don't know, people on the, I forgot what we were talking
Domestic violence. Why you stay? How'd you get here?
You actually made charges, right?
You know what? I did. Like I say we, my family. We went the legal route. I didn't want to. A typical victim. Like I just wanted to forget, pretend it never happened, like not make any more drama. I was scared to get him in trouble. I was scared what getting him in trouble would do.
Yeah. To his future.
To when he got out, actually. I'm more like scared for myself.
100%.
Yeah. I didn't want to press charges. I didn't want anything to do with the legal system. I just wanted it to all disappear.
Because I know I did with one relationship.
It
did not serve me at all.
I didn't have to get one. So when he was arrested.
So that's what I mean. He was arrested. Okay.
Yes. He was arrested and removed. Yeah. So he was arrested and removed from my home by the police.
Been there.
And was like handcuffed and taken downtown to cells.
Good.
A couple hours later, an officer came back and asked me to pack up his shit and give it to him or give it to the officer.
Yeah.
And then he was told to have no contact with me.
Isn't that so funny when an officer will tell a woman that or the victim that? And that
like not like me with him.
To him.
Yeah. Yeah, like to both of us not to have contact with each other. But he was letting me know, like, he's not to have contact with you. He's not supposed to return here tonight. He did both of those things.
This has happened to me.
Yeah, with the same duffel bag that I packed him.
And that's the scary thing because, you know what I mean? That's the scary
they wiggle their way back in. But I did not want to press charges, but it was my parents who said...
Shout out to your parents.
Yeah, don't just think about you. Think about the next girl. Because he is going to date another girl, another young girl.
Yeah.
So if you don't do it for you, then do it for her.
And isn't that such a mind flip where I was able to think that way for the other person?
Yeah. And I knew that he had done it before because he would like literally laugh and told me this story about how he broke his girlfriend's nose. And the abusers always have some like
excuse and a different story.
A different story. Yes. Some elaborate story of how it couldn't have possibly been their fault. And I remember this story like out with the girlfriend drinking. He was sitting in his car. She came up from behind him to tap on his shoulder. He didn't know who it was and just, like, really, you punch anyone who taps you on the fucking shoulder? But anyway, he said that he broke her nose and he made it seem like it was not his fault and it was a complete accident. But I doubt the story went like that. 100%. So I already knew early into dating him that he was capable of hitting a woman and breaking bones. But again, they're able to make excuses. Yes. They're able to romance you and make it seem like they would never do anything like that again.
Yeah. And I think it's always like narcissist. That word I honestly try not to use as much is because like, there is.
Overused.
It's overused, exactly.
Yeah.
And
right? So does red flags.
Yeah. So, right?
It's overused. And like I've been using the term red flags for literally since 2015. Boundaries and red flags. I've been talking about it since I was 18 years old. My friends probably thought I was a cuckoo.
No,
but now it's like now everyone's using it and they're throwing it around. Yeah.
Oh my God. But they'll go to like people that are like that, let's say, the narcissist word. I was gonna say that. But we're not gonna say that because I don't need people coming for me. They'll go for empaths or they'll go for people, and it's so true, and it's so wild that like the cycle of abuse, and then when you're out of it, and then going to therapy and stuff, you instantly take it on. Like you don't want, like you said, you were worried for your safety.
Yeah.
But it's crazy when I remember like reaching out to the exes of these people. Or
Yes.
I got messages and I was like, girl, like it was so healing. She told me that the story, like, she fell down the stairs and said I pushed her. And then she's like, dude. And like I met up with her and like there was no reason for her to lie. She's moved on with her life. She has a kid. And it was just like so healing for me that like
and she confirmed the story?
Yes.
Wow,
and
see?
I was like,
I reached out to his ex after he hit me and there was charges. And then, so what I didn't know was like, I don't know how this happens, but like police press charges. Like when there's domestic violence call, they do it on your behalf.
Yep.
So they did whatever. And then it went to trial. Like it was supposed to go to trial.
Okay.
And I was like, what? Like 10% of domestic violence cases actually go to trial.
Yeah.
So I was like, I had to go to, anyway, when I got the subpoena to appear in court, knowing that I'm going to be possibly testifying or something, like I have to appear.
Yeah.
I decided to reach out to his girlfriend and I was like, maybe she would like to come forward as a victim as well. She did not respond.
Yeah. This happened to me too.
Yeah.
It's happened to me too. I actually just recently, there was like someone in 2017, which we were only together for 6 weeks. It was actually the rebound from that older guy. Right. And whatever, I got a restraining order just because he was threatening to kill himself and all these things. And then like my phone like was turned, I blocked him, everything for 24 hours straight. Every second I was getting a phone call. Like, like I have the emails and this and this and this, and got a restraining order 6 weeks. Him and his family had showed up to the place to extend it. And then, what about my job? And what about this? And I was like, you know what? I don't even want to deal with this. And so I was like, screw this. Just please don't ever talk to me again. He didn't. But with the last one, I've been single since, she's actually the reason I found out he was being unfaithful to me. And I was like, praise freaking God. I can finally like get proof. And I was like, get out. I don't ever want to see them, blah, blah, blah. But obviously I was super resentful at her because, I told her, I disclosed a lot of stuff. And she was like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Like we got to stick together. And then, but by that point, she'd already been with him. So they're actually still together.
Holy.
And I'm like, I saw her somewhere just recently. But the whole thing where you said, what about the next girl?
Yeah.
Kind of thing that helped you. For me, that resentment over that man kept me so sick. I was constantly like thinking just thinking about him all the time. And like finally seeing this woman, like I saw her recently and we had a little chit chat, but this is probably like 8 months ago now. I saw her and I was like, my mentor was like, well, if you can't pray for him, pray for her safety. And so praying for her safety got me to get rid of the resentment and hold over him. And now I'm so thankful I chose myself and I walked away. And like, I hope y'all are happy, but I don't even think about it every day anymore, right?
Sometimes,
like, thank God.
Sometimes what I think about now is like one day I will forget him and I will never think of him again and I will never be triggered again. But my videos are going to live on
forever.
Instagram on that timeline. And may my videos constantly haunt him.
Yeah.
May he never be able to escape my face. May I show up on his girlfriend's timelines, his daughter's timelines. Like he will never fucking forget.
He'll never. And
and I will.
And exactly. And, like,
and he can get a pardon and try and get the details of that criminal offense removed from his record, but he will always have a domestic charge on his record.
And you know what? Maybe one day he'll actually be able to be like, I fucked up. That was so wrong. I need to get help. But it's like, it's hard to go. I'm happy that you talked about it and you posted about it because I've never really publicly like to that sense. And so it's nice to see that. And I think from anyone that is watching or anyone that is going through it, like it does help someone going through something that they're not yet ready to talk about, and seeing you talked about it and look at all these things you're accomplishing and like all these things, you know, and it's, you never know. I always think if it's not for me, it's going to be for someone watching. That's how I got over like, well, what if I don't want to talk about this? I don't want people to think I'm being a victim of like sexual abuse, bullying, or you know, addiction, mental health, or assaults, or, but then I was like, I know when I was diagnosed with BPD, TikTok was like my saving grace because I saw people going through things that I had not yet understood what was happening with me. And so now I'm like, well, if I post about this going on or this going on, and someone's going to see it, and they usually do. And that's why I call it my video diary, because it's super helpful to like, if I don't know what's going on, I'm usually in my car like crashing out or something, and it's like I get it out, I can edit it, post it, and then I'm like, okay, next thing, what am I doing? And so that's why I really love social media. It's
part of the therapeutic process for you is to like almost instead of writing it down, you verbal diarrhea it.
Yes.
And someone can resonate with it, someone cannot. They can choose to stay or they can choose to go.
And that's at least it's something I can get out. Exactly like what you just said is perfect. And I think that's what you touched on with your self-care thing.
Yeah.
Like you started in therapy being like, okay, we need to talk about this paramedic thing now.
Oh, yeah.
Is someone who's been in the healthcare system, not as a paramedic, but someone who has
utilized the healthcare system.
Before COVID. So in 2019, I was diagnosed with borderline at Misericordia Hospital. Shout out to Dr. Lee. From 2015 to 2019, I was probably... my neck hurts crazy. I got the disability tax credit for it just to show like the years of like trauma and like shit I was putting myself through. I probably there's 70 hospitalizations, psych wards, like so many detoxes, ambulances, so many things. And you're obviously on the other side of things. But I finally was diagnosed where like he looked at my neck hair and he was like, this is not just alcohol. Like something is wrong. So he admitted me to the mental health emergency unit. It was a freaking like PHQ-9 thing. Like I only know that because I worked for a doctor, but it was for borderline. And like I remember he diagnosed me and I was like, oh my God, something's actually wrong. Pre-COVID. VIP shit. I knew when I was going through and I was about to like, you know, call the ambulance, I'll get right in. They're gonna da-da-da-da-da. There was like one time I had to drink hand sanitizer off the wall. I think it was like this was probably like just getting into COVID in front of my dad because they would not form me. I was like, if I leave here, like I already just tried to end my life. I was like, I knew how to kind of work for them to take it serious, which is so crazy. Fast forward to after, luckily I haven't been in an ambulance in like over 3.5 years. Praise freaking God. But the system got so over. There is no like the way I see it, resources like it takes you like 10 billion hours to be seen at the emergency room. The paramedics are overworked, they're overburnt out. They have to take you, they have to wait till you can see a doctor, So I find like pre-COVID and then now post-COVID, and even recently my friend was trying to get a Form 10 on someone. They came, well, he's not really presenting, so we can't do anything. Like, unless they have a knife to their throat, you can't do anything. Then a Form 8 you can do yourself, which I helped her do. But the healthcare system is completely fucked, I would say. And I don't even know. There's no one to blame. I would say it's so many things like the government. We have so many people now. We're overpopulated. But from someone as, you know, like seeing your paramedic journey, and it's so beautiful. And I love that what I love about your content is you're a paramedic, but you're so many other things, and you're unapologetically yourself. And it's nice to see, because I feel like a lot of people in the healthcare system, like you said, I'm like scared to post this. What if these people see this? And you're kind of, it's kind of like being a police officer, or, you know, like even as when I was a social worker, I got bullied so hard from my coworkers. Like, they only like you because they think you're famous. And it's like, no, actually, I'm not. I'm actually really good at nurturing children, and I respect them. I make sure there's a secure base. I love these kids. That's why. Go fuck your tree. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But seeing what you've had to deal with, shout out, she was even on Global News, which we love. I was like, shut up.
CTV.
You're on CTV. Sorry. Global News will be next. I'm just kidding. I think there's like lateral violence can be a lot of things.
Yes.
It can be like how I deal with it, getting called a pretendian all the time, or showing up in Indigenous spaces. There's only maybe 3 in my career now, almost over 5 years, that I've been treated with, you know, like there's always the judgment you can feel. So from a work point, there's also lateral violence with what, you experienced being a paramedic. Essentially, what I could say is you were being bullied for no reason. You said things, and there's people in there, mean girl energy. I don't know who exactly. It doesn't really matter who. This is something really important to bring up because you're a paramedic. It doesn't matter if you're a lawyer, whatever you do. It's like that type of behavior and treatment is unacceptable. And, a lot of, I'm sure how many other, I see it on TikTok all the time. If you're mean, you shouldn't be a nurse. And like all this stuff that goes on in the workplace. It doesn't matter what you do as a career. It happens everywhere. It happens everywhere. So I guess that's kind of my perspective of what happened. But in a nutshell, like, I guess you don't have to go into it in the details, but how are you doing now? And like, what was the initial? Because I've seen the gaslighting and the like, it's so it's just so frustrating. It's so frustrating. I'm so sorry you were treated that way because that's not right. But I'm very proud of you for speaking up about it because again, I said it on fucking national news on APTN. Like he was asking me all these personal questions, and you could clearly see, like, shout out, he was great, but I could see him get uncomfortable. And I was like,
you're telling the truth.
Yes, and he was.
Yes, that happens. Like,
I was like, sometimes.
What do you expect me to say? Oh, I'm fine. I'm great.
Yeah,
like no, I'm gonna be like, no, my aunt's husband just died on Saturday. He died of cancer, and I'm here. You know what I mean? Like, you're gonna tell the truth.
And I just said sometimes this makes people uncomfortable, but if I will be the person to talk about it because I didn't have anyone on TV that looked like me or went through this and this and this. So it's like I really see a lot of that in you with this. So like, let's get in.
Yeah, I feel like there's not many people who got bullied out of their healthcare career because they posted like an influencer.
That's so crazy to me.
But yeah, so I am a paramedic, and I appreciate you saying that there's so many greater things about me because paramedic is pretty cutthroat, and a lot of people make their career their entire identity.
Which is good luck
much like like firefighting, police. Like, we're very proud. It's a very proud career, but I think it's mad weird when you make your entire identity your profession.
It's very
like
weird.
Paramedicine is just what I do to make money and pay my bills. It is not who I am. That it should be the least interesting thing about me.
And I love that perspective because it's so true.
So yeah, I'm a paramedic. And then I started posting like an influencer, and that's where I noticed things started happening at work. Yeah, and it started with just those cute boudoir photos that I got professionally done, and then I started getting asked to be a model.
Yes,
and because I can do because I can do the hair and makeup. It was like a 2-for-1, like trade for photos. Like, the photographer would get the work, I would get the images, so I got to build up my portfolio that way. And so like part of that is sharing the work. Like, I want my makeup seen, I want my hair seen, I want my image and their image seen. So I would say that's where the bullying behind my back started, was people making fun of me for posting boudoir. And that again comes back to the domestic violence, because my first few years after that relationship, I did everything he forbade me from doing. I went to BVJ that year. I went on grad trip that year, my graduating high school year.
You need to.
Yeah, and in the years after, I really wanted to take back my sexuality. He controlled even what I wore. Like if I was shopping, I remember there's this Guess peplum top with the V-neck, and shopping at the mall, and I wanted it and tried it on, and he told me it looked like I had back fat rolls in it.
Yeah, you're
bought it anyway. Fucking bought it anyway, and wore that top a lot when I went out. But he did not want me to look good without him, or look good in public, and he didn't want me to feel like I looked good, so he told me I looked fat in the tops, that I would not want to buy it.
Of course.
So taking back my sexuality was a huge thing, and just because I'm posting a lingerie bodysuit in the field on a sheet does not mean I'm spreading my legs for people.
And isn't that crazy? Because if anyone knows you, like, it's just like, even if they don't know you, you are not that.
They were not that kind of image. They were like white tied up tops and denim shorts. Like, I've done riskier things since then.
Same.
But that was where the bullying started for sure. And especially then when the reels started. And what I didn't know is that a lot of these bullies were people that I had never met.
I was going to ask that.
Never worked with, never did a 911 call with, never did a shift with. And they were ghost stalkers / followers. So they never actually followed me.
Oh my God. And they were in your work.
Yes. Yeah. So they never followed me. And they never liked, commented, emoji reacted, engaged, nothing. So their names would not have come up on my...
They just saw it.
Yeah.
They knew.
Yeah, they were just constantly watching. And because I don't have the time or energy to like see who's looking at my shit, like I don't look at my stories and see of the 453 eyes or whatever it is. I don't fucking know.
And
I don't. Yeah, and if they're on like if I don't know them, I don't recognize their name, I don't know who to look for, right? So I don't know who's viewing my stuff. I'm public. People were looking at my Instagram, not following, not engaging, not showing up on my content, but were viewing and watching and screenshotting and sending things into the employer to try and get me in trouble.
Wow. Like going to that length.
Yes. And I would just post things like one time a patient gifted me a handmade purse that they made. And they were moving out of their home and getting rid of all their belongings, and their daughters were packing them up, and the daughters were like, please, like
please take it.
Yeah, they were like, please take it. So I took a smallest one there, because we are not allowed by policy.
I've tried to do this. Yeah,
by policy, we are not allowed to accept money, but we can accept gifts under the value of $100. And we can't really accept foods. Like if you wanted to bring like baked brownies that could be laced with weed, we can't take them. But if you wanted to give us like a gift card to Tim Hortons so that we can get coffee and Timbits, we could take it. So anyway, it was a handmade purse. I assumed to be under the value of $100. And I took a little picture of myself with the patient and the purse, and I got her permission
to post it.
And I just said like, so look at this beautiful thing that my patient made. So beautiful. Thank you for this thoughtful gift.
And it's not like the kid, like, it was an older woman. It wasn't a kid. The same thing with social work. Same shit. Like
so anyway, someone from work screenshotted that and reported me for it. But see, this is the thing. The employer didn't bring it up until homegirl had reported me for 5 things.
It was the
same person. And it was only on the 5th thing did I actually breach any policy.
Wow.
So the other 4 she reported me for were like maybe little flags.
But that you were reported for those other 4 until the 5th?
Only until the 5th.
So is that that's not even ethical or right?
So then on the 5th, after the 5th one, and I have that video on my Instagram still because I never delete, I only archive.
Smart woman.
I archived it, but I host a Halloween party every year for my family, like super extravagant.
So
the characters, like murder mystery is what it is. It's a murder mystery party.
It's the Canadian
Kardashians.
I love watching your show.
Some people at work call me Martha Stewart.
Oh my God, Kate,
for my tablescapes, and I'm like, I appreciate that. Thank you.
A compliment.
So I do this Halloween party every year, and I had these really long black cat nails, and they're much longer than my normal length. So I got to work, and I couldn't do a goddamn thing. I couldn't open any cabinets. I couldn't pull the drugs out of my little narc pouch. Like they were way too long. So I posted, and this was COVID times when I was going through a little bit of burnout. I wasn't taken off. I guess I don't say taken off work. I elected to go off work for my mental health. But this was before I elected to go off. And so I was in therapy, COVID, and my therapist was like, how can you bring joy to work again? And part of that was videos and humor. I like making people laugh. So I got a little POV video from the point of view of my hands trying to do stuff.
Something.
No uniforms, no company logos, just like the POV of my hands. And then in one video, like the corner of a patient's elbow when I was fumbling with the IV, you could see the color of their skin, obviously, but you could not tell from the elbow who or what they were. That was the video that she reported me for, and that was the 5th one that was in breach of policy, they said, because the patient was shown in it. And now I understand that, like, if you were to show anything of a patient, you have to get patient consent signed formed. And then I was like, oh, okay, where can I find this form and access it? And they're like, you don't have access to it. So, in other words, you are not ever to get any videos of a patient or with a patient or whatever.
The loophole is the freaking way to
So anyway, when I got in trouble for that video, AHS straight up tells you, they will be like, you are being investigated because name blank here reported you on such and such date. Yes. So now here's where the tea comes. So they only told me like for the nail video on such and such date.
Yeah, you didn't know about the other shit.
Yeah, no, not yet. Not until I was in my investigative meeting.
Wow.
But yeah, such and such, this person, I know who it was. So now I have a business Instagram. I'm able to go back into the archives and see whose eyes were on my shit. And so I just type in her name.
On Instagram?
Yep.
Wait,
you know what? You know what? This is back in like 2018, 2019 when you could get those apps that lets you know when someone unfollows you. And those weren't like a punitive thing yet. So I had one of those apps to see who was like ghost following, unfollowing. Yeah. And I was able to look back in my story. So from, October, the Halloween party and the nails was when I got investigated for the first time. January was when she started viewing my stories. Every single story. And I had some stories up for only like 4 hours that I removed myself.
Gross.
And I remember one that she had managed to screenshot in those 4 hours and report that.
Podcast editors zoom into my face here.
10 months she watched and watched my Instagram and finally got me. And at this investigative meeting was when they brought up, like the purse, another selfie, all the things. And after I was like, okay, yeah, I did breach a policy. My bad. Sorry. Won't do it again.
Taking accountability.
Yeah. What are we doing about the girl watching me for 10 months? And like, this is kind of giving bullying and harassment.
Yeah,
I've never met her and now I don't know what she looks like. And for all I know, she could be watching me at work.
She could be following you, literally not following on social.
Yeah, I've literally never even seen her face. I don't know who she is or what she looks like. And she doesn't have Facebook. She only had Instagram and she was private. So it was just a tiny little photo. Like, I literally don't know what she looks like. So that was where my work partner anxiety and going to work anxiety started.
100%. Because you're always looking over your shoulder.
Yeah, so literally a posts, plural, that had nothing to do with my patient care, nothing to do with how I treat people, and it was just trying to bring some lighthearted humor to the career. Yeah, but I was in breach, and I never tried to avoid taking accountability. I admit to that. Yeah. My only concern was my anxiety and safety going to work, knowing someone stalked me for 10 months, and the employer completely dismissed it and said that, quote unquote, she seems to be coming from a good place.
Who said that?
The manager, the supervisor.
Oh, validating her.
Yes. When I said, what are we doing about the stalker? They said she seems to be coming from a good place.
Good place.
Yeah, of protecting the public.
Protecting the public. Yeah. Crazy.
Yeah. That's what they said.
That is crazy.
Yeah. So that was just the start. And then, so then I had something on my file, and it lasts for 2 years, and it was a phone-related offense.
Isn't this with the timing in or timing out? I saw something about that. If you clock in at the, my fucking God, do better.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God.
So after I had quit, I did something called FOIPing, Freedom of Information Act. So FOIPing. So I was able to FOIP records, and I was able to find emails of them, emailing back and forth, has SP, abbreviating my name, has SP signed in yet?
Oh, I remember seeing this.
Yeah, SP signed in at 7:12 today.
They picked the wrong girl.
Yeah,
actually, they picked the right girl because maybe this will help someone going through the exact same, because this is for sure still going on with other people.
Yeah, and I mean, yes, the managers and supervisors want to make sure that we're signing onto the truck on time and that we're readily available as the ambulance, but I don't know of them picking a person. Deliberately. Right. And I remember one time they tried getting me in trouble for signing in late, but I didn't have an assigned partner. So the way our trucks work.
You have to have someone.
Yeah, we have to have 2 people, right? And so if I'm a permanent full-time member and I'm on truck 56, let's say, and I'm on truck 56, that's my full-time truck, I know I'm 7 to 7 or whatever, for example. If I don't have a seated permanent partner on my truck, because maybe they're on mat leave, maybe they're on a stress leave.
You have to wait for them.
Well, hang on, that's their seated permanent position, right? So let's say my partner's name's Amber, and Amber's on maternity leave, and she has that seat permanently, but she's on a temporary mat leave. That my partner's seat now has a vacancy open for casuals to pick up.
Anything.
Yeah, they could put in something we called rovers, who are people that kind of fill in the gaps where we need them. So now I no longer have a consistent partner.
Oh, God.
Yeah, right? So it's fine. It is challenging doing difficult calls with someone that you've met today for the first day. Maybe we're going to go do a cardiac arrest.
100%.
But the problem here, or not even a problem, it is I'm in my spot and my partner's spot is not filled. It's going to be filled by a casual. Now, a casual coming to station 400, where there's literally a rows of ambulances,
everywhere.
Probably 30 ambulances in there.
Know.
They don't know where the truck is right away. And every truck, I'm Alpha 56, but the truck number might be 3257.
Oh my God.
Right. And it's hard to explain, but the license.
No, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Our unit number when we go into the radio is, we're Alpha 56, but the physical truck number is 3257. So now you're going to go to the roster and you're going to be like, oh, I'm on Alpha 56 today. Okay, I'm on truck 3257. So then they're going down the aisles looking for truck 3257. And sometimes you can't see it because it's parked behind another one. So anyway.
It makes sense. That's all.
If I have a different partner every single day who's a casual who doesn't know right where Alpha 56 is parked, I'm waiting on them to show up. So exactly, because it's my truck.
Oh my God!
So for like however many months I didn't have a partner, I would get a gap would be filled by a casual. They would be late to the truck because they couldn't find it, and I'm supposed to be signing on at 7, and I would sign on at 7:12 because it took them 10 minutes to find the truck, and we have to sign in together because we need both designation numbers.
If you didn't have to wait for them, you know what I'm saying? So then, of course, it's on you.
So then the manager would come and find me and be like, yeah, like you're signing on late and it's trending, you're signing on late and these are your times. Sending me a screenshot of the times I logged on. And I'm like, okay, well, are you sending it to the partners as well?
Yeah.
Because I'm only one half of this truck.
Yeah.
So I just started to feel micromanaged, policed, watched,
also,
harassed,
what's the word?
Belittled. Dismissed, ganged up on
100%. And that's, let me just say, from an outside
compounded
perspective, and anyone watching, you were 100% mistreated. You took accountability for the thing that you did or whatever, but that is 100% ganging up, bullying, fucking lateral violence energy and behavior. And that's so unfortunate.
And it's super prominent in healthcare.
Oh my God. And like, I guess, so you paramedic, what else would give me examples of, like, I don't know, like, not, like, let's say you went to the emergency room, or like, could you give me another example of like a nurse and a nurse, or like, is it the same? I'm sure Alberta Health Services or whatever, it's all the same. Like, if you have a job with an AHS, you could be like someone's surgical assistant, you could be a unit clerk, you could be, you could be a volunteer, but it's still, you're still all within that same union.
Yeah.
Correct? Or is that
no,
different?
The nurses have
a different.
CARNA, is that their union or their governing body? Yeah. Certain places have different unions, like
because there's Covenant Health, there's all these different things. Yeah,
there's HSAA, QP.
There's a lot. Okay, so there's a lot of different.
There's quite a different unions. Yeah.
So you obviously, so I guess now let's just get to this part where this was all happening, where you just like, you went on a leave to take care of yourself. Is that what you're saying? You took time off for you?
Somewhere around COVID, it was still COVID times, and it was my first year working as a full-time ACP, I think. Okay. And I didn't give myself a break between full-time practicum, working like almost 9 months. Yeah, I should have given myself a break. Like, it was a lot going from full-time practicum, student mode. Like, practicums were months long and we don't get paid for them. So then on your off time from practicum, you're picking up extra shifts on the ambulance during a fucking pandemic to actually get paid. So I just
survive and pay your bills.
Exactly. So I just burnt out, and then I rolled right into a full-time position because they're desperate for ACPs, and I wanted full-time employment and pension and benefits.
And that you were gonna just work your little tush off, and they were gonna take advantage of you.
I signed right on to a full-time line, and quickly burnt out and needed to take a stress leave, and that's when I learned things like self-care being the antidote to burnout.
And that's when, which is cool to kind of see, like, that's why I love social media, because it's like a timeline. So
literally
people can go back and be like, oh my gosh, like, look.
Yeah, this is when this started. Yeah.
So then you left, right?
Actually, you know what? There was like 3 more incidences.
But then you went to a different place, and that's when you started calling out this shit. Like,
they were just another quick example for you, because it's pertinent in the timeline. When you
talk about it.
When you have an offense like that on your file, so I have a phone offense for the nail video, right? That's already on my file.
Crazy.
And it's
shut up.
Yeah, and it's going to be there for 2 years. So now we're going down the timeline, and it's almost 2 years, and I'm almost going to get this off my file. And now I'm working with a new girl who I've never met, never worked with before, and I work with her for 3 days. And I like to carry my radio and my narcotics.
I remember this. It's okay. This is pretty privilege, y'all. When you're pretty, it's not privilege, because bitches out who are insecure, I don't care which line of work you're in, they come for you, because how could you ever be a good person and good looking? Fuck you.
So I carry my radio and my narcotics on a crossbody holster. I don't like to carry all my shit on my belt. It's heavy. It hurts your low back. I like to carry it on a holster. Because the narcs pouch at AHS is fabric, it's like a fabric zipper pouch, you can't really disinfect fabric. So I thought it was kind of gross to take it to the bathroom with me. So in just my normal brain, I was like, oh, I'll take it all off. I'll lock it in the ambulance and I'll go to the shitter. So I would go to the bathroom.
Go to the shitter, y'all. Smart.
And apparently this partner worked with me for 3 days and was so bothered by me doing this, but not bothered enough to say anything during those 3 days until the 3rd shift, when now what we're going to is a 14-day-old respiratory arrest. And our mapping system is slow. Our mounted radio isn't giving us communication from firefighters on scene. We're having difficulty navigating. Like, it was extremely stressful. We had a mentee, which is a new member, brand new hire that's not even hired enough to be on their own yet. We're supposed to mentor them through
how do you
the job.
You don't have time or stuff.
Yeah, period. So anyway, this was a really like pucker your butt call. So I jotted the address into my phone. Now, I should have, like, the mapping system told me it was 5 minutes away. My personal phone told me it was 5 minutes away. I hit go. I should have been more specific about northeast, south, and west because I was incorrect with the address. We showed up to the wrong address. So that was an issue. But my partner...
It's like you're not allowed to make mistakes.
Yeah.
And it's really unfortunate.
Yeah. So my partner put in the address in her phone as well. Yeah. So we got to the call. And then we got there and baby was fine. It was a mucus plug. Fire removed it. Baby was pink tone.
By the way. I just love
like
you.
Baby was fine when we got there.
Yeah.
And we all said like we were going to document this technology issue, all the shit. I was, playing it cool, but after that call, like I cried outside the Royal Alex Hospital. Like I was crying. That was so stressful. That was so scary. There could have been so many what ifs. Like why wasn't the MDT working? I was like we were driving faster than what the little car on the map would move. So then when we would get to the turn, like we'd pass the turn. So it was like
so many things.
Yeah, and listen to this too. We have the radio communication talking. We have the sirens on. I just took a piece of hair.
Okay.
Yeah. We have the sirens on. Sirens on, radio talking. I'm trying to navigate and tell my partner where to turn. The truck phone is now calling because supervisors are like, why are you not talking to radios to fire on the radio that was mounted and not working? The mounted wasn't working, but the handheld was. So I was so overstimulated that I just put the address in my fucking phone. And anyway, my partner did the same, and she reported me for using my phone at work to navigate to the call and for taking my radio and narcs off of my person.
Wow.
So now I already have a phone-related offense on my phone.
You were just about to have it off. Ha!
So what did AHS do? They said, well, according to the policy, you're not to have your phone on your person in patient contact at any time. So let's bring us back to the hospital hallway weights.
Yeah.
Your paramedic in that back hospital hallway is not supposed to be on their phone because they are in patient contact.
I've seen so many motherfuckers on their fucking phone.
So anyway, because I was in patient contact or whatever, I was on my way to a call. My personal phone is against policy, and they investigated it and said that my personal phone for mapping use is only warranted when AHS equipment is deemed inoperable. And they did investigate my mapping system, and it was found to be lagging and slow, but not deemed inoperable. So now, because I have a phone offense on my personnel file, I am now suspended without pay, have two phone offenses, and essentially like a third phone offense, you can be fired. So now I'm suspended without pay and have a second phone offense, and I got in big shit for the narcotics. Like, they are not supposed to leave your person at any time.
So when you're going to take a shit or you're peeing,
I'm supposed to take,
that's just what I mean. Like,
yeah,
it's just
I'm supposed to take them with me. So now I work for someone else, and they don't give a shit if I take them off to go to the bathroom. But
I think your work speaks for itself. And I mean, I can even picture, because I feel like I'm super intuitive. Like when you're like, first of all, you have some bitch that, no offense, not bitch, but you don't know what the hell you're doing. Now I have to think of her. Then this isn't working. You're overstimulated. Like, all you do is, your heart is in the right place. Why did you want to become a paramedic? You know what I mean? It's because your heart, you like helping people. You like caring for people. You're a very smart woman.
Yeah. Thank you.
Shut up, biology 30 that I failed 4 times. You know what I mean? I remember when you were in school. I remember who you were serving. When we worked at the same place. You were, out of all those bitches there, you were one of the nicest ones. You weren't, mean. Do you know what I mean? So it's so frustrating. It's
right. When I know,
you're just
when I know my intentions and other people don't. Yeah. So it was, and it just felt so dismissing because then I would go to work and I would say to them, she used her phone too. So then they were like, okay, well, we can't punish her for that because the other girl used her phone, but they still.
But you got punished.
I got punished. Yeah. Yeah. It was just, So it began to feel like it was incident after incident after incident of people that just decided they didn't like me, that wanted to watch and weaponize anything I did. Rumors have been spread by people that I'm some aberrant, negligent paramedic, but I have never once been suspended for my patient care, the way that I treat people, the policies that I follow. Yeah, all my offenses have been interpersonal or phone related.
Mm-hmm.
And to literally think that I was like however many strikes away from being fired, and none of them would have been patient care related. People tried.
They tried, but you can't.
Yeah, like, they would try and say that, I was negligent in some way on this such and such patient, and it would be investigated and it would be dismissed. But people tried. So,
it's just so
literally girls that decided they didn't like me were out there trying to get me fired.
Which, how's that working for you now? You know what I mean?
Isn't that, I just think that's so cruel.
It is very cruel.
Like, we're only human and we make mistakes, and it would have to be a pretty, pretty big mistake for me to go to the lengths of reporting someone instead of just having a simple face-to-face
conversation. And, I just think that shows people's integrity, and, whoever is watching this, that, if people that did this to you, it's just, I know for a fact in all my walks of life and all my experiences with people is, I'm so... I'm flabbergasted that people would even do something like that, because you would never do something like that. And I also think it makes you feel like...
And especially to someone you never met.
Literally. And
I only worked with that girl for 3 days. She didn't know me. I didn't know her.
It's
so
sad.
That's what gets me too, is it was not deserving, a stranger, and
And
so,
it's aren't you so happy you're not that type of person?
God, yeah.
And it's actually, that sounds so exhausting.
Yeah. So all those incidences happened after I came back from my stress leave.
She was
I went on a stress leave and came back and was worse.
Ding, ding. Oh,
literally, I came back and even came back at a part-time capacity instead of full-time, and it didn't help. I was still getting bullied. I was still miserable.
Of course.
So the incidences continued to escalate, and I had literally a breaking point where I was just I'm done.
And that's a blessing.
But you know what? It's unfortunate that with this work culture, the way the culture is, this burnout culture, it leads to apathy. And so the more burnt out I was, the less fucks I gave. And I was just a physical body there. I was not passionate. I was grumpy. I was burnt out. I was miserable.
You didn't want to go.
And now I'm anxious. And now I'm making myself more susceptible to mistakes and scrutiny because I'm aware of the scrutiny. I'm trying to avoid the scrutiny.
Yeah.
So it just became a horrible environment, and I said, this is it, I'm done. And so I quit with no notice.
Hell yeah, motherfucker.
I wrote them an email and said, I'm going to extend onto this organization the same courtesy it extended onto me.
Oh my God, I love her.
Effective immediately.
I
resign. And I didn't show
up. They're honestly probably, even if they aren't, but I could just swear, people don't realize till the environment changes or the person is gone or something, where they're like, dang. Because they're going to be dealing with another fucking person that is way more, and they're going to be oh, shit.
Yeah. So now people remember, some people reach out and they remember the girl that was bullied for her social media. Some people think I'm a kook at work, and literally I was, the most recent scandal was I have quit AHS for almost 2 years now,
You're so popular, girl. Get that bag. Get that fucking bag. I mean, you're doing something right.
I literally quit. For sure. Yeah, because I've been at my new company for a year. So over a year ago, I quit AHS, and someone sent me a screenshot of the interplatoon work page talking about, they were talking about the work culture. And someone was like, isn't it so sad that this is our work page and we are so mean to each other that no one feels safe enough to leave a comment or question or story with their name? They're all posting anon.
Something.
Yeah. So no one feels safe to even come about a rough call to talk about it and offload it with your colleagues because they're so afraid someone's going to screenshot it and fucking report them.
That's fucked.
So everyone goes into this group on anon. And some gentleman was like, isn't this so sad that this is why?
Yeah.
And someone commented and they're like, yeah, wasn't there a girl in Edmonton? Wasn't there a girl in Edmonton who made a whole video about the bullying in this culture? Didn't she get fired for coming forward? And I was never fired. I resigned. But that's beside the point. This other guy came back and just slandered me and said that I was a crazy girl that was just mad that my colleagues weren't engaging with my social media and tried to avoid all accountability.
All probably because he was up in your DMs and you didn't reply. Men that get rejected, they just automatically, which means
to someone else in healthcare, I think.
It's just they know they feel so inferior.
The culture is just so
it's so unfortunate.
Horrible. But yeah, I quit and they still talk about me. So
which means you did
and
something
the screenshots,
right.
The receipts still get sent to me and I get to name and shame babe.
I'll
continue doing so as long as they're going to come for me.
It's so crazy because it's how much time are you taking up in someone's brain? It's actually wild.
I take up
a lot.
Apartment space.
Fucking condos, penthouses up in here. And you know what? Fuck. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry to deal with all that. But honestly, I'm so happy you posted about it because again, how many other people are in those situations? Even me seeing that, I was like, oh my God, I can kind of like, I can see how this is all bullshit because of the experience I had in the social work field. Like, it's so fucked. Like, go heal. Don't be in healthcare.
It's extremely jarring because
you can do anything else. Go work in pipe fitting or something.
We are healthcare professionals, and it is just so jarring and like unfathomable even to me that this is the behavior of adult women. So even to this day, like I tell these stories, and now that I've dealt with the pain, I can laugh at them. But at the time, like I was at the point where I was worried I was going to lose my job. Like I was one social media post away from losing my job, or one call, one mistake, one bathroom break, one, I've never made a med error in my life, but like things happen, like I was on eggshells that I was one strike away from losing my job, and it would have nothing.
So hard for.
I spent like $30,000 on my education. I went to school for 4 years for my education.
It's not easy.
So I can laugh at it now, but at the time, like.
Do better. Just people do better and maybe think like you don't know what anyone's
thoughts.
Going through. Yeah, you just because you look like you. That's what it pisses me off is like people like they don't even know you, and because you like for example your content's unreal, it's amazing. But if someone's just glancing at it who doesn't know, they're gonna be like, oh,
she's so happy, and everything's perfect.
It's their own projection of how like what the fuck. It's like you are people that think like they're looking at you. Oh, that's your own fucking unhealed trauma and like perception of yourself that you have not dealt with, and you were subconsciously usually projecting it onto you. You're still a fucking human being, and it's like go heal because it's like you don't know. What if you got into a really, really dark space? What if something happened? And you were.
Yeah, literally, I literally thought about that. I'm like, not that I thought I had thoughts, but not serious thoughts or actionable thoughts. But one thought I did have was like, what if I did, and it would literally be because of them?
100%. And
would
crazy.
they feel bad after knowing that I unalive myself because of the things they were doing?
And we can't speak on those roaches, but I just mean a lot of people do die or they're not here, and then it's like it shouldn't take a funeral.
And think about how many children that unalive themselves because of bullying. Workplace bullying needs to be taken as seriously as high school bullying.
It's actually
if children can unalive themselves because of bullying at school, why do we not think adults are? Yeah,
it's absurd.
Yeah, because I considered it.
100%. Who wouldn't? And that's what I think is like, it's to humanize the person that's on social media. Like at the end of the day, all you were fucking doing was taking an experience you had gone through previously, trying to self-care and do stuff that make you happy because you are not just a paramedic.
Exactly.
If you are in a work field, go find a fucking hobby, bro, because that should not be your identity. Absolutely. Even as a singer, even as a podcast host, even as someone who talks about mental health and addiction online, I am a sub part of all those things, but at the end of the day, I'm just a fucking human being with feelings, trying to be a better version of myself today. And it's so crazy, like that happens, and it does happen all the time. It's continuing. It's probably going to get worse, not better. But at least you know that you talked about it and you got out of that, and she's doing just fine, y'all.
Oh, so much better.
When are you
Mental
getting
health
married?
Took a 180.
Show them the ring, podcast team.
The ring,
gorgeous. So so don't worry, she's doing just fine, and I hope you feel like shit, like she's still doing good. This didn't wreck her, and then there's you like being miserable at your job. Like I really pray you go find yourself.
Yeah,
because you live rent.
You live rent free in my head.
She lives rent. She
lives.
I was like,
I live rent free in your head.
Yeah, go fucking touch a tree or like go have an orgasm. Do something.
Yeah, it's just like unfathomable, right? Like still hard to compute my brain sometimes, but
same shit with me.
Leaving, like obviously people at work, because they still see me come into the same hospitals wearing a different uniform. So you're obviously like, hey. People at work probably know where I'm at now, but I don't post anything about my job anymore. Maybe the odd work day stuff, because that's where I struggle is I want to be present online. Yeah. But it's hard to be present on my working days because there's nothing I can post about my working days.
Those drafts, baby.
That give away my location or my employer.
You have to be smart about that.
So
and it's really unfortunate.
The only thing that I'll really do is just post like a shoulder up selfie that does not show any employer. But yeah.
That's so crazy. I can't. Sorry that you're freaking, oh my God. That's crazy. Okay. Oh, that just makes me want to punch so many people in the face for you. BPD rage. Baby.
Oh, yeah, that's what I was going to say. So, yeah, my old colleagues, I haven't seen any of the meanies that reported me. I saw the one narcs pouch phone girl in the gym, my local gym. Ooh! But I've stared her down because I'm not employed by AHS anymore. I don't have to be professional. I don't have to be nice. I can stare you down and be a bitch if I want to.
Catch me outside.
So I would just stare her down at the gym and she stopped showing up.
Good.
at my gym.
Good.
But
Good for you for doing that.
I haven't seen any of them in the professional setting since, thankfully. But other people who have, they've seen my YouTube video. It went around work. It was talked about. So like they see the new uniform, and I just don't really talk to anyone. I'm there to work.
You don't owe them anything anymore, and you're there to do your job, and that's it.
Yeah, I'm nice. I'm friendly. I'm kind and patient with new people. I give good care. I'm helpful to my teammates.
You're professional.
Yeah, I'm professional.
So,
right? I'm like, I don't know. Yeah,
Like,
I'm like, I just do my job and I'm nice and I go home. The thing
is to never personalize as a frontline worker, like being a social. You do not personalize. Like if a kid is freaking out, why the hell would I personalize what this kid is going in like a freaking escalation about? He has nothing to do with me.
Yeah, yeah.
Like
I don't take it on.
Training, and that, a lot of y'all need to go heal if you're in that, because it ain't about you. It's not supposed to be about you. It's supposed to be about the best. Like, what is the best? What's the word? Outcome? What is the my brain? What is in the best interest of the child? What is in the best interest of the patient? Like, you know what I mean? So it's just like it's flabbergasting, like you said.
Yeah, and then pair that with the working conditions of today. It perpetuates the cycle.
100%. And that's so sad that, and like, again, just being from a patient perspective or people, you wonder why the system, like, and this is just one example. It's like you're human, and like it's getting worse and worse and worse. And honestly, I just try not to think about it. And like, I can't think of things I can only, what can I do today to help someone? What can I do? But it's scary times right now, like literally in the world. And I think that's when it like narrows it down. Like for me, family is so important. Like at the end of the day, if I was to die tomorrow, this mic isn't coming with me. You're not coming with me. This fucking couch that I love is not coming with me. This cloud is not coming with me. But so I'm leaving with nothing. And one of my friends, she said something really beautiful. She said, we're all just helping each other on our journey home. And that's so like simple. I just get goosebumps every time, because I'm like, literally, like, what legacy are you trying to leave? Like, like, why are we so mean? You were a
32-year-old mean girl.
It's so pathetic. And when
screenshotting a girl you never met.
Like, girl, that's just showing how insecure you are. Yeah. And it's like her life matters. You're actually hurting and trying to harm a human because of your own bullshit.
Yeah.
I hate mean girl energy. Actually, that was on my thing.
No patience for it. Yeah.
And I love how we just like talked about it.
Organically.
Oh my God. Okay. Well, I guess we already talked about this. I was going to say, what are some misconceptions about you, do you think? It's a good one, right? Because I know there's a lot about me. Yeah. Everyone thinks I'm crazy, which I am, but I would do anything for anyone. I'm not a mean girl. But a lot of people, she's really like, that's what
a misconception. I don't know. I like to say that other people's opinions of me are none of my business.
You are not the opinion of someone that doesn't know you. My favorite.
I don't. I care what people think of me, right? Like, I want to be thought of as a kind, nice person, a helpful person, a supportive person. I think people would be very quick to say she likes baking, she likes pink, she likes makeup. But misconceptions, you know what? Here's a good one, actually. This is perfect.
I knew she would have an answer.
I'm so glad I thought of this. One misconception about me that people often get, and I've heard this at work in one of my couple investigations, even at skating. But the thing is that apparently I don't look like I'm stressed out or panicked or worried. And I don't know if that's just a trauma response.
Probably.
The Botox. But my face is pretty, I'm keeping some movement so that when I go dress shopping this weekend, I can.
You're like, oh, cry.
Right? But as soon as that's done, pew, pew, I'm getting Botox
right?
out.
Oh, forever,
but,
forever.
Right? Like, I don't know if I just have resting bitch face or too much Botox, or I'm just good at internalizing the shit. But I don't wear it on my face. Apparently, I didn't know this until I started getting all these problems at work, these investigations, and people would report and say, so the girl that was like the baby call, respiratory arrest, phone narcs girl, she said that
almost like you're emotionless?
No, she said that I didn't appear to be very stressed on the way to the call.
Okay.
I didn't appear to be very overwhelmed or stressed. That does not mean that I'm not on the inside. Yeah. Just because I am carrying it better than you does not mean that I am not still feeling it. I cried after that call outside of the hospital, and I went home early from work. I went home right after that call. So just because I don't look like you on the outside does not mean that I'm not having an experience inside. So real. I've heard it at work. Yep. I heard it at skating just this week, actually, preparing for my next competition.
You don't look that word. Like, what?
Yeah. Well, she meant it nicely, though. She's like, it was my coach. She was checking in. Yeah. She's like, how are you feeling for the competition? Like, it's 2 weeks.
Really read you.
I don't know. And she was like, you feeling good about the axle? And I'm like, no. And I'm terrified. And she's like, oh. I'm like, do I look like I'm not terrified? And she's like, yeah, you look great. So people think I don't want to say people think I'm stronger than I am. I know I'm strong, but maybe people think I'm like more solid or firm or expressionless. Like, but I am a feeler. I'm very emotional. I'm very sensitive. I cry when I'm angry. So,
and that's why I don't let a lot of people in.
I might just look resting bitch face or like I've got it all put together, but I'm a softie. And
let this be a lesson to anyone. If you don't know, maybe like your coach did, she asked you, how are you? Take a second to stop thinking about yourself. And like, we're all self-centered and selfish. Like that's our literally instinct.
Yeah.
And sometimes we're always thinking like, what are people thinking about? What are this?
Yeah.
You know, get out of your own head and ask someone else. I swear to God, you're going to feel better after it, because when you're thinking of your own problems all the time, it can get miserable. But instead of just being like, hey, like, are you okay? Like, you know, like I can't really tell, like, are you worried about this? Are you excited about this? How are you feeling? That goes a long way to ask someone. Yeah. And I think like I'm the same way. I'm actually learning about it in therapy right now, because I am so real on social media and so vulnerable. But with people in my personal life, that's why I only have my band. I have maybe 2 friends. When I let people in to that extent, it really, like, I care so much. I am so sensitive. And then I was like, well, because my therapist was like, well, she kind of questioned the authenticity a bit. And she's like, well, no, like, so on social media, you are authentic to a place where you can talk about your trauma and this and this and this, and you can do all these things. But there's so many years, like, she's like, you compartmentalize like 8 years of your life. Like 8 years, like, I don't even really remember. I had no idea who I was. And she's like, so you're putting this trauma here, you're putting this here, you're putting this here, and you're living presently now, but there's so many things that I have not dealt with. So that maybe one day I'm going to talk about it on social media, but I can't, because I haven't like almost accepted it myself, I guess. So
to
it's
work
just,
through it.
Yeah, exactly.
Much less. Yeah, and you need to get to a place of accepting what happened to you before you can talk about it and heal from it.
Exactly. It's just so crazy, people's perceptions. Like, just because you're, which, I mean, it can be a good misconception and a bad. It's not good or bad. It is what it is. But it's just like, that's so interesting, because I get that the same way. Like, you're so strong. You're so strong. I'm like, I'm so sick of being strong. I'm so sick of it. I'm sick of this shit.
You don't look like you're upset or stressed. Okay, well, I am, bitch. Yeah. Like I want to be crying. Like, hello.
How would it look like if I'm throwing shit and like crashing? Like, what do you want? It's just like, that's so interesting. And I think as women, we're told we need to, you know, be, especially in a workplace, like, you were just trying to like think of the patient. You were trying to think of like you have enough skills in your fucking toolbox or whatever. But the fact you didn't act a certain way or look like, we all act different. We're all supposed to be different. We all react differently. It doesn't mean just because like you do talk about that on social media. Like, I'm scared of this. Like, you're very open about like what you're figure skating. Like, totally commend you to this, because she's 28 and then you're like, I want to do a figure skating competition. You know, I'm terrified, but I'm gonna fucking do it or whatever. And so like, that's why I think social media is cool, because people can be just watching
that journey too,
right? And it's not how you're like, for example, if we didn't have social media, no one would know about any of this, and then you would just be perceived like, oh, I got it all. Like, what, are you a rock? Like, this bitch don't got feelings? Like, it's pretty privileged, I swear to God.
Yeah. So maybe a misconception is, thinking that I don't feel things that I am experiencing just because I maybe don't express
you present
them.
Well.
Yeah, or I'm like not showing them physically as much.
That's so interesting. Which, you know what, you don't, that's another thing too, is like, I think sometimes people think you don't get all access to me. And I think with a lot of people like that, like, especially when you're online, how you are and how I'm online, people still need to understand that you don't deserve. Like, I have people in my DMs sometimes being like, I don't want to be here anymore. Like, you're the only I'm like, that's a lot of pressure as someone who lost someone to suicide. And I'm not going to reply to that, because they do not have access to me. And if they think I'm a bitch because of that, well, then go ahead. Therapist. But like, it's so crazy, right? Like, it's like, there is responsibility, I guess, that comes to social media in a sense. But there's also like, you aren't responsible for it, right? It's like, it's just wild.
Another weird one is your phone number. Like, and what I mean is, like, my employer, like, in terms of having access to you, I agree with, like, I don't like people having access to me at all times. Like, I don't give out my phone number. Like, the only people that have my phone number are like parents, siblings, besties, 100%. Work contacts.
Yep. I've made the mistake of giving it to a
Yeah, I don't give out my phone number, but what I don't like is people having access to me. And so, like, is this normal, or is this, like, you can let me know if I'm normal or if I'm the only one. But
no,
I don't like if my bosses call me and I'm not at work sometimes even maybe at work, I might not answer the phone. Like just
Which
because
is fair.
just because you have my personal phone number does not mean that you have access to me.
No, and are you on schedule? Are you supposed to be?
Yeah.
Why are you
I mean, like, there's
calling?
other
Like,
ways.
Come find
Yeah.
me if I'm at
Well,
work. Do you
yeah.
have a work phone?
We do.
Did you? Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
right?
So
So, yeah,
that's
like,
different.
Yeah, we have a work phone. You could,
Personal
I mean,
phone, no,
if you try
no.
calling the work phone and I don't answer that, and then you call my personal phone, that's fair. Yeah,
because I don't know.
Carry them.
I have a work phone. The phone recording right now, and I'm like, I don't even give anyone that. But
so
also, yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know. I don't like when managers, supervisors, whoever, bosses call, like I'll answer or call you back when I'm available and I have time and I feel like I have capacity.
And
but
that's fair.
Just because you have my phone number does not mean you get access to me.
And I think that comes up as growing as a woman and like finding out who you are, having boundaries, saying no. But like then there was like the 19-year-old. I remember like where we worked, like, you want to have a drink after work? I felt like I had to because you were my boss. And I was like, I guarantee
Oh my God,
if
how
I have
many
a drink
times?
right now, I ain't coming to the shift tomorrow. They're, oh, it's okay, whatever. So it's like you feel like as a woman, like you feel like you have to, like I remember like
entertaining it.
Yeah, I had to do it. I didn't have a choice. I thought, well, no, my experience has shown that like I'm here to serve other people because I don't matter, which is not true.
Mm-hmm.
And so like I remember saying no for the first time, like in when I was like 5 months sober and like recovery, like in 2022. That was the most empowering fucking shit ever. And I was like, I never even thought to say no. So it's just, I think as you get older and you have more boundaries, call her a bitch, call me a bitch, whatever the fuck you want. But like, I don't owe you anything. Like, you know what I mean? You can't take advantage of me.
But then some people are going to be like, that's your employer. You have to answer the phone. But I'm like,
it's 9 p.m. on a Friday and I'm with my honey. Like, why the fuck? What?
Yeah.
No, that you're not crazy for that, in my opinion. What's the next like few months for you? Or I guess what are you? Okay, so right now we're filming this. It's not December yet, is it? It's November 2025. I was just like, I know you're like a holiday girly. So I'm so excited to see. She does all this shit, y'all. Like her house, like, and she'll do all these things. She'll decorate. And I'm like, I love watching this shit because I don't
the
do
decor, the baking, the bread, the makeup, the outfits,
like,
the
what's your
family
theme?
gatherings.
What's your color theme for Christmas?
So in the living room, the living room and the tree, it's like a white, fluffy, rustic.
Ooh.
Yeah, so that one's up.
So exciting.
I love a red though. I love a classic red and green.
Nails,
so
red.
Yeah, so I did like red and green Santa themed tablescape and kind of carried that through to the front entrance.
I don't even know what a tablescape is.
It's like when you decorate your table, like
like the little
tablescape, like the whole setting of the table.
It's the thing with
the whole table.
Got
Yeah,
you.
yeah, everything you put on the table, the plates, the dishes, the decor. All my Christmas decorating is done. I'm going wedding dress shopping this weekend.
Oh my God, I'm so excited for you.
I took my mom's veil this past week to the dry cleaners. She has like a gorgeous cathedral veil.
Oh,
so I got hers dry cleaned to take dress shopping.
Oh.
Going for Italian food after. I'm so
excited
it's gonna be so good. And then we get married in September.
That's coming up. Like I feel like it's coming
like 10
up.
months.
Oh my gosh! And I saw you have a wedding venue.
Yeah.
See, that's what I love about it because we don't have to talk every day, but like I'm invested. I'm an invested fangirl.
And it's funny.
Like,
I'm vlogging. I'm vlogging it all for my 1,000 subscribers. But.
Oh my God! Yes, I'm almost monetized on YouTube. Keep doing that.
Yes, I know. I keep going.
I'm at camera because we're close. I'm close, and once you have that income, baby.
I know the watch hours is the hardest part.
I have them. I just hit, but this is the thing. So if I can invite you as a collaborator on this is going to like a 3-hour episode, then it's on your channel too. I don't gatekeep, bitch. I'm here to help people. I just have to be careful of the ones I'm helping, but you're one.
Yeah.
You're one that I'm not worried about.
I'm a safe one.
Yeah, you're a safe one. But it's great.
Yeah, wedding dress shopping, Italian food, my bachelorette in March, and then the wedding in September. I'm going to tell you because am I crazy, but I wanted to plan my entire bachelorette.
No, girl, I'm a control freak when it comes to my music stuff.
Yeah.
Like, no, of course.
Who else is going to give me exactly what I want other than me?
No one.
So I'm planning an entire winter, frosty, girly bachelorette party for me and my girls. They know our themes. We're going to Banff and Canmore.
Beautiful.
They know we're going somewhere to the mountains because one theme is mountains and martinis. And I mean, we live in Alberta, so they can probably guess where we're going.
Shame and name in this. I love the branding. She's an organic, like authentic brander without knowing she's branding.
I guess, yeah. Name and shame.
No, it's a good thing.
I like it.
It's why you're successful on social media and in life. It's one of the most important things to me.
Comparison is like, see, I wouldn't have said that about myself. So comparison is the thief of joy.
100%.
Wow.
I love, you can tell it's authentic because I'm like, oh my God, like I have like.
Well, it was because there are I'm a Canadian girlie. I wanted a winter bachelorette.
That I love that. And
I wanted
just the
winter
pictures, and it
frosty
looks so
fun.
good.
And everything was like, Capri Sun, and it would be like Aperol Spritz and bikinis and martinis. And like, okay, those are all cute for summer, but I'm doing a winter.
Yeah.
And I knew I liked martinis. I knew I liked the bikinis, and I knew I wanted mountains. So I was like, okay, let's do mountains and martinis.
I love it.
So we're gonna.
And I love that those details matter to you because as a viewer, I care about those things. Like it's so the little details.
So I rented an Airbnb that has a rooftop hot tub and mountain view. So
oh my God.
Mountains and martinis on night 1. Night 2 is mob wives.
Oh my God.
Like fur, sunglasses, red boots. Like I'm getting all of us those fur little hats so they don't know that yet.
Cunt in a good way. So like cunty energy.
Cunt
don't
with a V.
Fuck with us, mob
What
wives.
else? And icy wifey.
Real cute.
We're going ice skating. We're gonna do the gondola, the Fairmont for dinners. So because our wedding is actually fairly small, we realized that if we have all the people we wanted standing for us, the only people left in the audience would be their plus ones. So
I'll just show up. Hey.
Yeah, so we're going to do our 3 best friends each standing for us. He has 3 best friends from high school as his best men, and I have 3 best girlfriends from high school as my bridesmaids.
Cute.
But I'm inviting also like my sister, my sister-in-law. So I think there's 6 of us total going.
That'll be so fun. I'm so excited for you. And then I guess what do you want in the next, like, are you thinking of a family? Like, where do you see your like summer glow beauty going? Like, what are your goals for like your content? Like in the next, let's say, I feel like that's not a hard question for you. For me, it's not. Like, like I know where I want to go.
Yeah.
But it's like, what's the goal you have in each area of your life? Like for the next little bit.
Well, family goals, definitely get married, look at starting our family. We don't feel like our home right now is our forever home, but we just re-signed our mortgage for the next 3 years. So it's our home for the next few years. So maybe settle into a forever home and around having children.
I love that you're doing it that way because I think that's so key. Like
I know I'm not going to want to move. I'm not going to want to we're 2 people with a whole house to move. Add into that children that we now have to move and like their room and their shit. Yeah. I don't want to do it.
No. And therefore she ain't going to do it.
I've moved 17 times in my life.
I haven't counted, but it's probably up there.
I mean, some of these I was a toddler, so it doesn't really count, but I'm going to count them anyway. I've moved provinces twice, cities twice, 7 times in Fort McMurray, and then I moved to Calgary. And moved maybe twice there. Moved to Okotoks, moved to Sherwood Park, moved to St. Albert. And I've moved in total 17 times when I moved to the house that Quinn and I have now that we've been in since 2020. Yeah.
That's a long time for someone that I get it. I've moved a lot over the years.
Now, this 18th move will hopefully be my last into our forever home. But
that's a
you
good
say
number.
that. But
we can help.
So
we can help.
And I guess professional goals. It's owning a business is hard. It's so much fun and it's so exciting. But like being the content manager, the photographer, the videographer, the concepting, like sometimes I feel like it's easier to do my personal life social media than it is branding social media, and like really they're intertwined.
They are, but still.
So it's like I would love to see Summer Glow Beauty grow in range. Complexion is extremely hard to do, especially as a small business because complexion is expensive.
Expensive, exactly.
And like my manufacturer has a range of 24 and I carry the range of 6. I carry 16 of those in stock.
Which is still pretty good.
Which is still pretty good.
That's really, really inclusive.
So I would like to expand that range, get some more shades in between the shades that I already have. I would also love to be in a retail center. Like I am in a local spa,
That's amazing.
Beauty Connect Pro. My favorite spots where I get all my facials, my injections, everything. So they carry some of my product like for swatches on their shelves. So they don't carry my inventory, obviously.
But if someone wants to order it, they know who to come to,
they could. Because I'm in St. Albert and this spa is South Side. So like someone that maybe doesn't live as close to me could swatch some lipsticks, swatch some formulas of foundation, compare that to online and see which things they want to buy, right? And then
I love that.
So but I would like to a goal is Walmart. I really want to get Walmart.
We're coming for you, bitch.
Like I want to be like Elf, that's extremely affordable and inclusive.
I love Elf.
Or Element that are in Walmart.
Element's good.
I love Element.
Yeah.
So to be in Walmart like them would be an absolute dream.
It's already happened.
And then
just
Sephora.
Sephora. It will happen.
Yeah.
It will happen. And I think as you just continue to be authentic to yourself and, oh my God, is the business owner thing? This last 2 days, I was like, I want to give up. I'm so sick of this.
Aww.
Like that thought comes up a lot. I don't let it hold no meaning, but people don't, I think I just really want to validate like your whole, everything you do online. And like, I do see it and I know others do. And I know it's not easy, but it's the fact that you're staying true to yourself and you're doing it because you enjoy it. You actually have a purpose in what you're doing, that it will be successful. And I think that's what I try to tell anyone that wants to do something. I'm like, if this is why you get up in the morning, it's going to happen.
Yeah.
Fuck that 9 to 5 meant, I can't believe where I am now in life. Like to think, I was like, I just started really staying true to myself and doing the next right thing. And it kind of just happened. Like, you know, like, and it's just, I'm so proud of you.
Thank
you.
I'll
have to try some of your products actually.
Yeah, you know what? I
she
meant
has a
to
freaking
bring
makeup
some.
line, y'all. I completely forgot. Like,
I meant to bring you some, and I'm so upset that I forgot.
I'll have to come.
I was partway here, and
I'll have to come to one of your little party things. You invited me to one before, and I was so honored. I was like, oh my God, because I don't have girlfriends. I have so much fear. Not that I have a fear with you, but I'm just like so
it can be scary.
Addicted to my like business and like what I do, and I'm an introvert in that sense.
Yeah, it can be scary meeting groups of people, you know?
Exactly.
Yeah, showing up to things. And then
come to the next
I get it. It's like, I get it.
I will
it's
come and have
as an
such a
adult.
good time. I'm going to be like, I'm in a
I would
Hallmark.
love that.
I'm in a Hallmark movie.
Yes!
That's literally what it is. Like, you're freaking, I love it so much. And everyone will be able to find you. It's all going to be here in my podcast.
Yeah,
Instagram,
the all the things.
Yeah. And you have it all on I checked your Instagram. You have everything you can't miss her.
All my links, my YouTube, my TikTok, my Instagram, my beauty business.
I love them. People are like, where can I find you? I'm like,
literally
and especially
everywhere.
Like you said earlier, like the people that don't want to see us, we're still everywhere.
We're still everywhere.
But thank you so much for coming on my podcast.
Thank you for having me. I loved it. It was so fun.
I appreciate it.
Let's go, aho!
So good and sync.
So cute.
Isn't it cute?
Oh my gosh.
Aho means like thank you. But like in our native community, people will be like, aho. And they're like, where? Like,
aho.
like, oh, she's right here.
I get it. Aho.